Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. It has been a hot minute since I've sat down and filmed anything. I think the last time I filmed was in December and it's now almost March, which is nuts. But I wanted to share with you our updated homeschool space tour for the 2024 school year. If you're new around here, we moved last year and I did do an updated homeschool tour then, like space tour then, but I've since changed it, and so I thought I would just let you know what it looks like and how we're using it. I have 3 kids, and they are in kindergarten, 2nd grade, and 4th grade this year, loosely, you know. That just kind of give you an indication of their levels, but they're actually like using all sorts of stuff. This space that we use for homeschool is not a homeschool room per se. We do have 2 living spaces, which is amazing. And this is our living space that is where our kitchen and dining room is. And so we do school around the dining room table, and in our sitting room, I store all our homeschool supplies. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. I hope that it is helpful as you're considering how to store your homeschool things. I'm not someone who has a lot of like homeschool stuff out on display. It's just not me. But I love how it works in our home. So if you're interested in seeing what our homeschool space looks like for 2024, then keep on watching. All right, entering into our homeschool space. This is where it all happens. This is the dining room. It is where we eat all our meals. And it is also where we do all our schoolwork. But as you can see, there's no actual schoolwork here. The kitchen's right here. I'm not panning across because I did not bother tidying that up. We're just at the end of our school week, so I did do a tidy up in here. This is the sitting room area. And I'll just walk you through how I store everything. But yeah, this is where we work, and we work in here. Like both spaces get used as we're doing our school. I often like work with one kid in here while the other 2 are doing independent work or something like that. It's how I tend to work it. We kind of need a bigger dining room table now that our kids are older, but this works okay for now. I actually love our dining room table. I'm planning on refinishing the top this year, but it works well for us for now. So eventually we'll get something a little bit larger. So this is the sitting room area, and I did change this up from last year. So most recently, this is definitely not how I plan on having this eventually. I want to repaint this room, change curtains, put rugs in, like lots of things like that. But, you know, it is perfectly functional the way it is at the moment, and I do love this space. We very snobbishly call it the summer lounge because it's where we spend our time in the summer because it is cooler in here. And the other living room we call our winter lounge because it's got our fireplace, and so we sound very posh, but really it's not that fancy. But what I had it set up when we first moved in here, I had a Calyx. Is it Calyx? I think it's the Calyx unit from IKEA here on its side, and that's how I had it in our old house, and it worked well there. And I had that there, and then I had like another bookshelf in here, and I changed all that up at the end of last year because, well, I changed up where I put the Calyx unit. It's over there now, and it's upright, but I moved the piano in here. The piano is in our other living room, and I just decided that it would work better in here, and I wanted the bookshelf in the other living room, and that's going to be like a lovely bookshelf wall in there eventually. And so I moved the piano here. This is not at all decorated aside from like the pictures on the wall, but I want to get a plant and I want to get a lamp. But this is working very well for us because I've started my daughter doing piano lessons this year, and so it's handy to be able to teach her in here. This is where the magic happens, this cart. I love this. This is my teacher's cart, is what I would call it, and or teacher trolley. And I have all of our stuff that we use, our read alouds. You can see the Bible there. This is our scripture memory box. There's flashcards. All my teacher manuals are here. This is like Sunlight and Abeka stuff and Math with Confidence. All of that's in there. These I got off of Temu. I actually have another one, but it's upstairs in my daughter's room because she's got the markers she's using at the moment. But these are fantastic. I just dropped those all over the floor, so that was fun. Anyway, they're fantastic. I really like them. I've got more on the other side. This one has got our watercolor brushes and paints, and then this is my teacher. Like I've got all my stuff in here that I use in my planner. And there's like glue sticks and just other stationery things. I've got a whiteboard in here as well. Down the bottom, I have like morning virtue stuff that we're using, our maps. There's some like note paper in there and all of our poetry books. Not all of our poetry books. Some of our poetry books are in here that I like to pull from. I've got a Becca flashcards in here. Our Book of Centuries as well. So things that we use often, like every day in our school basically. And this trolley had another tier here and I took it out so that I could put books down the bottom as well. I actually would like to get the longer one so I can fit more stuff in there. But this I drag over to the table every morning and use that over there. So that is my teacher's trolley and I love it. It is very, very functional and super easy. And I don't mind it being out. Like, it's fine. It doesn't bother me being in here. This is our academic sitting room. So let me pan you around to where I store all of the kids' stuff because that is in this unit here. Last year we used this little cutlery thing for our stationery, but I changed from that. This year decided I didn't want to do that. This is the Calyx unit, and I keep saying Calyx. I'm pretty sure it's Calyx, but I'm not 100% sure. And I have baskets in here. So I'll go through everything. This one is my cubby, and I've got more teacher manuals in here that I'll need as the year progresses. Some refills, like whiteboard markers, my washi tape for my planner. This is full of markers for my planner. These are like hold on. These are refills for my friction pen. And these are like blank playing cards that I can use for my daughter's math curriculum. That's my cubby. This is for my eldest child, and he's got all his books in here. And then these I got off of Temu as well, and they're just pencil cases, so the kids have those. And they've got friction pens, or the off-brand friction pens. I find them wonderful because they've got an eraser on the back. They're not having to look for erasers. They're not having to sharpen pencils. Works really well. So they've each got a pair of scissors, a friction pen, and a ruler in their pencil cases, and that's what they grab. So that's my eldest, and then my second grader, this is her one. We used this over the summer, that's why it's in there. But these are all her books and her pencil case, and then my kindergartner, she's got a bunch of books in here because she's doing Sunlight with me this year, her own little core, and so these are her books that I pull from during the week, and then these are her like workbooks, which she doesn't have very many of those, and she's got her own little pencil case as well. So that's how the kids' stuff is all stored, and it's put away nicely. And then I've got these baskets, and these are just kind of like things I've put in here. These aren't necessarily school related, but often like my kids will pull them out while we're doing school for activities, like while I'm reading aloud. There's just like crafty things. There's stamps and glitter and different little games in there. Down here's Play-Doh stuff, so my girls often pull that out. This is where I put like random like scrap paper and coloring things if they want to pull from that. And then in here are all of our math manipulatives, and this box gets taken out like every day, not just because we use it for math, but my kids actually love just playing with the things in here. So yeah, I've got a bunch of stuff that I've had over the years, and I've just put it all in there, and that's where we keep all of our manipulatives. And then that is that unit. So I'll turn you around. Now ignore this lamp here because it needs to be gotten rid of, but it's just been sitting there. This is the bookcase where I keep all of our readers that we're using. So up there are poetry books mainly. There's some like hymn study stuff there and like a Book of Virtues. And then I've got some early readers up there in case I want to pull for my kids. These are just like reference books, and if I want to read a chapter book, I've got a couple up there that I might want to like pull from and read to the kids randomly. Here I have all of their readers that they're doing this year. So this is like kindergarten, like all of the readers are there for them. So I just pull from them as they're ready for them. This is our hands-on history kit from Sunlight, which we did the first one of those today, and that was really fun. And then down here, I have all of our family read-alouds for Sunlight and the science as well, and also my kindergarten's Sunlight, except for this. This is just reference books that I've got there. But I've got all of our family read louds there. I think a lot of these are for Sunlight Pre-K. And then I've got more workbooks here for when my kids get to them. So like these are what they're going to use later on in the year, and I've just got them there so they're not clogging up their cubbies. And then in here I've got kind of random stuff in this section, and it needs fixing. This little hinge needs a screw fixing. I've got like stationery, letter writing supplies in there. I've got some paint stuff. I got this off of Temu as well. It's actually got a little like container thing that goes on this part, and it gives you fresh water, and you press this and it empties this part out of the dirty water. It actually works really well. And like different craft supplies. I've got like watercolor paper and sketching things and pastels and that kind of stuff. I've got some Kiwi Crate leftover stuff there that I need to go through, and then just some books that didn't fit in our other bookshelf. And then the other bookshelf that was in here has all of our chapter books that aren't necessarily assigned to school, but just, you know, family library. And that's in the other room. I will do like a B-roll of it here for you so you can see what that looks like. It's full and I need to get another bookshelf. But I moved that out of here and it's been fine. But that summarizes our homeschool space. That is what we use on a day-to-day basis. This space is really nice because you can cozy up on the couch and read, but we also work around the table, and yeah, I really like it. It works well for our family. So. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it gave you some maybe like ideas for how to store things. Yeah, it works really well for us at the moment. I'm very happy with what we have and very thankful. And it'll be interesting to see how the space evolves over time and the longer we live here. But I appreciate you watching. If you've got any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in my next video. Bye-bye.
What if the world had more of your smile? What if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no wars,